Have you ever seen a room like this before? So blue, so eerie. Okay, it looks like a normal room. Sort of. What's this woman doing there in the middle without clothes? What does it mean? Actually, perhaps that's not the strangest thing about this painting. After all, it's said that there is a mysterious presence in this room. What? What does it mean? Where is it? What kind of presence is it? Is it that girl on the wall, or is that just a painting within a painting? Let's go into Pablo Picasso's Blue Room and find out these things, and some other deeper details. Really deep ones. This painting shows a woman in a bedroom. She's standing while washing herself in a bathtub, so at first glance, you can already see that the concept of the painting focuses on the human form, being bathed not only by water but by different shades of blue. The woman is turned to the side and looking down, while water pours beside her body. You cannot see her face, but still, you can feel the harmony and contentment that Picasso managed to convey in his use of color and in the relaxed posture of her body. In the Blue Room, it is the figure of the woman that dominates the scene. Near her, you can see that there is a bed in the back, positioned against the wall, a window on the left, and a seat in front. You can see how the beauty of the image lies in the fact that the female form is prominent, due to the use of blue surrounding the rest of the room. You can also feel your eyes being drawn to the right side of the image. It is in this part of the picture that you can see more details of the scene, such as a small round table on which rests a vase of flowers. On the wall behind the bed, you can see 3 paintings. The middle one, which is the largest one and the one that attracts most attention, shows a young woman in a white dress. Could she be the same woman who is taking a bath? It could be. Or maybe an old Picasso model. Perhaps. But there is a consensus that the image is based on Henry de Toulouse-Lautrec's painting, May Milton. It would make sense, since that artist had a significant influence on the creation of the Blue Room. The Blue Room enthusiastically brings out cool blue tones, along with natural light to illuminate the bathing woman. The woman is painted in a form that reveals her natural beauty and innocence. The artist's brushstrokes form a slightly blurred image, purposely to reveal the emotional nature of the woman. Some bright colors are used to create a contrast with the color palette of blue. The limited use of these bright colors can be seen in the woman's blonde hair and in the painting of May Milton. The vase of flowers on the small round table, the blanket on the bed, the rug on the floor, and the painting on the wall are some other items that enrich the composition by including bright colors. Considering the relationship of the objects depicted and the focus on emotional transition rather than realism in art, the Blue Room is classified as a work of symbolism and post-impressionist art. Where is the mysterious figure then? Who is the hidden presence in this lady's room? Okay, a few years ago in 2014, they discovered a hidden painting behind the Blue Room by means of X-ray techniques. What did they find? Something less scary than you're imagining, but something interesting. The historians concluded that the canvas of the Blue Room was on top of another painting. Not surprising, this was a popular painting method among artists of the time because canvases were expensive, so they were used as and when necessary. Picasso was even one of these artists. He did not have much money at the beginning of his career and sometimes painted on top of cardboard. What does this hidden painting look like? Is it ugly compared to the Blue Room? And that's why it was covered? This is what I'll reveal now. The hidden painting turned out to be a portrait of an old man, painted in a vertical composition. He is wearing a jacket, a bow tie, and 3 rings on his fingers. He seems to be resting, peaceful, with his bearded face between his hands. To this day, the identity of this mysterious man is not known. And why was he in hiding? Nothing very complicated. Historians believe that the painting was hidden simply because Picasso needed to use that canvas, rather than being dissatisfied with the final result of the painting. The pigments used in both paintings are the same, which confirms that both paintings were made by the same artist. Yes, Picasso simply painted another complete picture over an already completed one because he had the inspiration to do so. Impressive. In fact, this is not even the first time he has done this. Another painting by the artist, Woman Ironing, also has a hidden presence and that, coincidentally, also hides the image of a bearded man. What is his obsession with hiding portraits of bearded men? What do they mean? Are they the same man? Suspicious, to say the least. Some experts are still continuing to research the identity of this man and why Picasso painted him. The possibility that it was a self-portrait has obviously been ruled out. After all, this old man looks nothing like the 20-year-old Picasso. Well, there is the possibility that the man is the Paris art dealer Ambroise Vollard, who hosted Picasso's first exhibition in 1901. He was even once the subject of a Picasso painting, the 1910 portrait of Ambroise Vollard. Could it be that the portrait of Ambroise Vollard was an attempt by Picasso to compensate for the cover-up of the supposed Mr. Vollard in the Blue Room? Yeah, curious. But there is no confirmation, documentation, or facts about this theory, so there is no right answer yet. The discovery of the hidden painting did not come about overnight. Suspicions arose in 1954 when a curator at the Phillips Collection Museum noticed some inconsistencies in the brushstrokes of the Blue Room. There were strange changes in the pigment and texture of the painting, and since then, the investigation has moved forward, with the aid of technology advancing along with it. Yes, as Picasso himself said, quoting him here, "There is only one way to look at things until someone shows us how to look at them with different eyes." And that different look, in the case of the Blue Room, was through an X-ray. Pablo Picasso painted the Blue Room in 1901. This oil painting on canvas was one of the painter's earliest works, made during his well-known Blue period. In this phase, the artist showed his interest in dark subjects and the use of cold pigments. The Blue Room is an excellent depiction of this period, as its subject, the bathing woman, is shown in solitude, and the painting itself is depicted in a predominantly blue palette. It's important to analyze what Picasso's Blue period was like to further understand the Blue Room. In this period, the artist addressed dramatic themes, distorted human figures, blurred backgrounds, people in desperate conditions, and loneliness in general, in blue monochromatic paintings. The reason that made the artist paint misery so beautifully, using the blue palette, was due to the emotional breakdown the artist suffered after losing his best friend, Carlos Casagemas. After Casagemas' unexpected death when he took his own life, Picasso went into depression, and so did his paintings, adopting pessimistic concepts. This timeline of Picasso's life lasted from 1901 to 1904 and was called Blue Period. During this period, Picasso created paintings with the blue palette, focusing on the pathos of the human body to show his inner vision. Other prominent paintings from Pablo Picasso's Blue Period are The Old Guitarist, The Blind Man's Meal, The Crouching Woman, The Tragedy, and Celestina. From them, it is also possible to extract this definition of pathos, which lead the observer to create empathy for emotions such as sadness, loneliness, compassion, and anger. Unfortunately, at the time, these paintings were not easily sold, although today they are considered priceless. The Blue Period had important influences. The painter Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec is worth mentioning, and this influence can be clearly seen in the Blue Room. Unfortunately, Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec did not see the finished painting, as he died shortly before. The Blue Room was strongly influenced by the Paris exhibition of 1900, in which Picasso participated. At this world event, he observed a collection of Impressionist and Post-Impressionist paintings on display, which inspired the style incorporated in the Blue Room. The fact is that Picasso's art was affected during the years he spent and worked in Paris in the early 1900s. Unlike the melancholy days he spent in Barcelona, when in Paris, he made much use of the evening entertainment of Boulevard Montmartre to give wings to his imagination. An example of the influence of his stay in the French capital is in the Blue Room itself. The setting for this painting was inspired by Picasso's studio located on the Boulevard des Clichy in Paris. The Blue Room was the first work by Picasso to enter the Phillips Collection Museum, as it is a painting with rich style and touching emotional characteristics. A painting that, to this day, moves its viewers. So, were you also moved to discover more about the Blue Room? Were you also touched by the sensitive beauty of this Picasso work? What did you think about the Hidden Man figure? I think that this is really a very striking painting. If you like the video and want to discover more curiosities about the works of Picasso and other artists, don't forget to leave your like here, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notifications for the next videos. See you next time!